The whole third season has been paving the way to this last game. Ted Lasso discusses whether he should stay or leave after expressing concerns throughout the season. Since he has already accepted the solution, it is unnecessary for others to do so in what may be the show's final season. As should have been the case a long time ago, Rupert is in trouble. By empathizing with him in the same way Ted did when he arrived in Richmond in the first season, the season finale may have gone too far. Because of this, he was unable to play a significant role in reversing fate. Although Ted and Rebecca appear to have shared a bed at first, Ted spent the night in Rebecca's house due to a gas leak in his own building. Rebecca is mulling over something when Ted enters her kitchen, and she lets him know what Ted had trusted in her prior in the episode, that this will be Ted's last game and that he plans to return to the U.S. Coach Beard had also spent the night at Rebecca's house with his passionate partner. Beard emerges wearing a cute-off t-shirt and a man-thon, while his companion is wearing a suit jacket from Rebecca. After sitting on her buttocks on her kitchen island, Beard reveals that he will accompany Ted back to the United States. Rebecca decides to sell the club because, as she told Ted, she only bought it to kill Rupert. She will follow him if he leaves. Rebecca shows her strength as a woman by using her position as the club's owner to conceal her strong feelings of friendship for Ted in this touching scene. Rebecca communicates her craving for Ted to remain, featuring the benefits it would bring to his ex and child. She suggests paying him the highest salary in the league and selling 49% of the team. Ted remains silent throughout, indicating that he has already made up his mind. Higgins implies that Rebecca is aware of this and plans to sell the club for approximately $2 billion. Ted compares Rebecca's planned excursion to that in Eat, Pray, Love. They laugh together, perhaps for the last time. At the point when Roy and Jamie come to Keely's level after their contention, she doesn't pick between them. Jamie is embraced by Keely despite Roy's efforts to woo her. Jamie is then invited to a drink by Roy, who asks Jamie to back off so he can pursue Keely. In spite of the fact that there is certainly not a proper responsibility, Jamie declines and says he needs to seek Keely's affection. Keely is offended that they believe they have the authority to give her a choice when they confront her at her apartment and demand that she make a decision. Roy finally asks to be a diamond dog as he becomes increasingly hopeless about the situation as a result of his efforts to adapt. Roy receives a response from Higgins that states, "Humans will never be perfect. Our best options are to request assistance whenever we can and to accept it. We can continue to work toward improvement in advance by doing that." In addition to the obvious, Nate offers Ted sincere remorse for his treatment. Ted holds Nate in his arms like a father would. In spite of the fact that Ted was not his child's organic dad, it is evident that he went about as a dad job for Nate. The two of them center around the workplace entryway where the previous accept sign once hung. Ted says that even after all that time, he still looks up there and sees it. Nate answers in the negative when Ted inquires as to whether that is bizarre. Nate makes a comment as he observes Ted's absence sign. Somewhat recently, AFC Richmond defeated a two-objective deficiency to disturb West Ham. Ted rouses his group and urges them to play out their best after the break. After making eye contact with Jamie, Sam pulls out a torn piece of the Believe sign. After that, the sign is put back together, and it is shown that each squad member kept a piece. Jamie wins a penalty kick after scoring the first goal of the second half. Danny gets the ball from Jamie, and he permits Isaac to make the effort. We initially believed he missed, but the response reveals that he kicked the ball so hard that it cleared the net. Rupert is angry. After getting down from the stands, he pushes and screams at his coach. The audience yells, "Wankerman him," as Rupert leaves. Sam scores the game-winning goal after Ted uses Nate to call the final play and Jamie yells for the ball to occupy the team. Roy begins counseling with Dr. Sharon Fieldstone, the new Director of Mental Health and Emotional Well-Being. They reinstalled the accept sign where it should have been and invited Nate back as an individual from the instructing staff, Jane Mary's facial hair. Toward the end, Ted is Henry's youth baseball football trainer. He complains when he misses a goal shot, but Ted tells him to be a goldfish instead. He gives a telling glance to his ex-wife. As the season winds down, you can't help but wonder whether he was thinking, "Go be a goldfish and win back his